kind of come up together. They're going to talk, and different ones are going to talk about different issues and things. And we are going to hold all questions to the end. So let me go ahead without further ado.
Well, thank you very much for that gracious welcome. I'm going to take two issues, and then Mickey's going to take two issues, and we are frankly more interested in what you have to say than what either one of us have to say. So we're going to give you somewhat abbreviated remarks in hopes that will leave more time for question and answer. Robbie, I do want to tell you that's one of the better renditions of the Star Spangled Banner that I have ever heard. We have a chance to hear Senator Scott sing it quite often. And, so we usually prefer America the Beautiful if given a choice, but you did a fantastic job. I do want to welcome my mom, and I want to say a special thank you to Mick. Mick is a colleague, but more than that, he is a friend, and he lives 2 hours away. And I said, Mickey, if you're going to be in Spartanburg, if you would stick around, there may be Planned Parenthood questions, and there is no one who has led more on the issue of Planned Parenthood and the funding that is set to expire at the end of this month than Mickey. So to the extent that there are questions about that, or really anything fiscally related, Mick is, as I've said before, is a poor man's Paul Ryan. I actually mean that as a compliment, although neither one of them take it that way. Two issues. One that is dominating the local discussion, and one that is of significance locally, but also nationally. So Bengazi and resettlement, but not in that order. With respect to resettlement, to me, it is a perfect example of what you get when you have a mixture of a lack of information on the front end, an administration that is hell-bent on reshaping this country, and the distrust that we all have for government. You put all three of those things together, and it's a toxic combination. And I say a lack of information on the front end. I learned about it by reading a newspaper article. I sent a representative to a meeting. I send representatives to meetings all the time. It is not unusual for Mickey or either one of the senators to send representatives to meetings of folks who are in support of an idea in the morning, and then to another group of folks who are opposed to the idea in the afternoon. That's what you do. If you are a representative, you send folks to meetings. It in no way places your imprimatur on what that group is doing. So when I read that the mere sending of a representative somehow evidences consent for a program, we have sent 2 letters to the Department of State trying to get information. Keep in mind, all of this information should have been sought and received beforehand, not afterward, beforehand. Because this justified mistrust that we have in government, coupled with an administration that has clearly said it wants to remake America. When they stop apologizing for America long enough, they say they want to remake it. And then you mix into that many of us being caught by surprise at where we were in the process. So we all had to sit down with the Department of State, including our senators. They came, and then next thing you know, a representative of the State Department, and I do give her credit for coming to Spartanburg. She didn't have to, but she